Hi, this is George, and in this video I want to show you a little refactoring trick for when we want to unit test a method that has a hardwired dependency to an external system via an static method call. So in this case, our production code is very simple. There is this data object which, if it's corrupted, it will throw an exception, and if it's not corrupted, it will return its details. So we are representing the data corruption as a null. So if we come here to our unit test, the test is very simple. I'm just creating the class under test and I'm calling the method. So if this method, if data by default was null or it was corrupted, let's say, the throw new corrupted data exception line would be executed, but that doesn't happen. What is happening? So it tells us that there is a problem connecting to the database. The reason for this is that here data has an integration point, which is a database. For this demo, I am simulating that the database is failing. So the database is a system which is outside of our control. And because it fails, the test cannot progress. The test is not a unit test, it's an integration test because it's depending on what this code returns. So we need to transform this somehow to become a unit test. It is typical to solve this kind of problems by doing injection, but in this case I'm going to not do constructor or setter injection. What I'm going to do is an alternative which is also useful, and it has an advantage that is non-intrusive. If I was to do an injection, this would change the design and affect the design of the class. So temporarily, until we make the design decisions, I want to just find a way to quickly unit test this, mocking this, but not injecting. So rather than creating that constructor or that setter method, I'm going to just isolate the integration point by creating this method get data from database, and now I'm going to just override that method. So I'm going to create a private class here. I'm going to call it data analyzer sim. So the sim is the point in between our application and the external system. And here I'm going to return null. I'm going to, instead of initializing to the class under test, I'm going to initialize to the sim. So basically, in theory, I'm testing the exact same class, but I am discarding the integration point that is bothering me without risking the design of the class. I am not injecting. It's not bad to inject, it's good, and it's probably what we should do. But in this case, until I want to postpone that decision. In the future, when that decision is made and agreed, then I will proceed to do it. So let's run the code. So it passes. It passes because now this method here returns a null and it throws the corrupted data exception. Thank you very much.